Hi guys, so it's Lisa Harvey here. So just want to start on the first leg of our journey really. So me and my husband had been together nearly 2 years. We weren't married at the time and we had no children of our own, and this was around September 2017. I had been late for a little while, but hadn't really thought anything of it because I was on the coil and didn't expect to be pregnant, but my husband was teasing me, so we decided to take a pregnancy test which came up positive. We took another one to be doubly sure, and because I had the coil in, our first worry was how would that affect baby. So we were very excited but a bit sort of worried at the same time. So we went straight to the doctors and booked an appointment, and she said that we were definitely pregnant and it shouldn't affect baby, but they'll send me to hospital, get it all checked out just to be sure. So we were sent straight to the hospital that evening to have a blood test. And the blood test was to check my HCG level, which is your pregnancy hormone level. It has to be a certain level for you to have an ultrasound scan and for them to be able to see anything. So they said that they would take the blood and let us know the next day whether I was above the level and could go for a scan. And that was what they did. And they did let us know and said that we were absolutely fine to go in for a scan. So the next day we went in for a scan. And had the one that was on your tummy, the ultrasound on your tummy, so just your normal ultrasound. And they, straight away, we kind of knew something wasn't right because they weren't so sort of, well done, congratulations, everything looks really well. It was sort of, if you like to sit in the waiting room, and then the consultant will come and talk to you. So we originally, from sort of that moment, we kind of knew something wasn't quite right. So they basically said to us that we needed to go down for an internal ultrasound, which we did do, and then come back up and speak to the consultant. Once we had spoken to him, he basically confirmed that we had an ectopic pregnancy. It was a bit of a rare ectopic pregnancy. It's not like your standard ectopic pregnancy. So it was known as a corneal ectopic. So normal ectopics, your egg and sperm together travel along the fallopian tube and they don't reach it right to the sort of uterus or womb area. They actually sort of embed in the wall of your fallopian tube, while mine travelled further than that, went to sort of literally as it would go into the uterus but not quite enough. And around there's loads of blood vessels, so straight away they sort of warned us that it can be quite serious, that baby can grow to 15 weeks, which is a bit further than what it can do in your fallopian tubes. I think it's around 6 to 8, and then it can rupture. Mine was a bit further along, so it could go to 12, 15 weeks. So they said that it was a bit more risky, so there was a lot of blood vessels around there. So they were obviously concern for us, but they said we had two options. The first option was to go with a methotrexate injection, and the second option was to have surgery. So the methotrexate injection basically is an injection where it sort of stops baby from growing and shrinks baby and then forces you to miscarry, and we decided we wanted to go with that option because we didn't want to go for surgery unnecessarily. If we could do something that would avoid me going through surgery, I'd never been through an operation before, so it's quite nerve-wracking and things like that. So me and my husband Steve, we decided that that's what we would do. And basically the methotrexate injection is tailor-made to every person, but depending on your sort of physical health. So they decided that they would send us home, get this sorted, and then get us back in for it, which is what they did. And it was fairly quick. I mean, we found out we was pregnant on the 9th of September 2017, and we found all this out and went away for the weekend, which we had planned to do, and then had the injection the following week. So it was all fairly quick. It was quite an emotional week because my husband at the time actually had planned to propose that weekend and continued to do that, which was amazing. So we had a really lovely weekend. So it was kind of a very emotional week, sort of highs and lows very much throughout the week, which is kind of sad but exciting at the same time because we had a lot to look forward to, so it was good. And we knew where we stood, so we could sort of arrange things with the hospital and get things sorted quickly, preventing any further sort of harm come to myself. So we decided to go with the methotrexate injection, went with it the weekend after we got back, the week after we got back, and it basically you go in to the hospital, and because it's tailor-made for you, they obviously have all your details, and they get you to sign consent forms to say you agree with it. It's quite a large needle. I'm good with needles, so it didn't bother me, but some people who aren't, you may want to make sure you maybe take somebody with you, sort of for moral support and things like that. And my husband comes to every single appointment. He's been absolutely incredible. I couldn't have asked for better, really. He's just amazing. He really is. He's like my rock. So we had the appointment, went in, had the injection, and the injection, like I said, is a large needle, and the fluid, like, it's quite a lot of fluid, and it's like a yellowy sort of substance fluid. So it's usually put in your bum or your thigh, and mine was sort of top of my thigh into my bum area. And I was okay. It felt a bit weird sensation because it's obviously a lot of fluids, so it's not like your normal injection where it goes in, you push in and it's straight out again. It was quite a lot of fluid, so it sort of a bit tingly, a bit numb, a bit weird. But it's over and done with it within 20 minutes. You're in and out, which is, you know, great, and you can then go straight home, which we did. And then after the methotrexate, they do have to take your HCG level blood tests again, and they have to take them really regularly. So I think it's on day 3, 5, 7, 14 and 21, something like that, to see if your HCG level is dropping. Unfortunately, I come in for mine, and they said on the first one it can peak a bit, which they did confirm that actually happened. So they said, well, wait for your next one and see if it's dropped. So it had my next one, it hadn't dropped, it had actually risen again. So we decided with the doctor that we would then go for another injection of the methotrexate, or they did give us the option of surgery, but we decided we'd rather go for the injection again. Went for another injection, and again they start the process where you have to go in for your blood tests every 3, 5, 7, 14 and 21 days, I think it is. So we went in for the blood test, and it slowly started to drop. The methotrexate itself can make you feel very tired and very lethargic. You get a lot of cramps, period cramps throughout, and they are on and off quite a lot. So it is quite painful. It's quite uncomfortable. It can be not consistently, but on and off, very intermittent. I was sleeping throughout the day because I was so tired all the time. It really did hit me with feeling very lethargic and very tired. But generally, other than sort of your period cramps, I didn't have too much symptoms from it. It was just a sort of periody cramps which were coming regularly, and obviously the tiredness that I had to work with. I didn't feel sick or anything like that too much. I had periods where I did, but not massively, which was okay. So it was copable. It just made you, it just threw you. Luckily, I'm self-employed. I'm a beauty therapist, so I work from home, so I was able to work around me, and my clients were very understanding. So I was really, really lucky. So that was a positive in that respect, that I didn't have to sort of go to work, because I can imagine it can be quite tough, really, especially if your sort of workplace doesn't really know what's going on with your private life. It can be quite hard, I would imagine. So yeah, so as time went on, the levels dropped, which was great, and my friend actually got married at the end of September, which was Living, my best friend. So I went to her wedding, and on that day I actually started blood spotting, and then a couple of days later I miscarried. So I'm going to leave it there for this video, and on my next video I'm actually going to go through the miscarriage. It's going to be a little bit graphic in places, because I want to sort of prepare people, because I wasn't prepared for what I had to go through, and I wish I had been, because you kind of go into panic a little bit. So I'm going to go through that on the next video. But thank you for watching. Hope it helps, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.